this space when it is. Yes, in a weekend where all of like 20% of the Premier League were hoping that Arsenal drop points, the Aston Villas, the Chelseas, the Manchester Uniteds, the Liverpools, the Man Cities, Arsenal decided to disappoint them, break their heart, and destroy their North London rivals, Spurs, 4-1 at the Emirates, going 6 points clear. This and more is what we'll be discussing in today's episode of ROP, Run of Play Podcast, where we'll discuss all things football, but in particular, the EPL from the point of view of our teams. The mighty Arsenal, as you can see, and Manchester United. Let's welcome back the guys. I'm your guy, Dr. Tove. Johnny Boy. How are you feeling today,
I'm feeling happy. I'm proud of my team. Lotto is red. And I'm happy because some haters, they thought Arsenal was going to drop points this weekend. But see, unfortunately for them, their plans didn't work out. But not everybody is top of their league. I'm top of the league. I don't know about others, but I'm happy to be here.
Me too. And let's welcome all the people that are pressing calculator before the start of the game. We are 4 points behind the top, 6 points behind this. If they drop points, we will be there. Mr. Jude, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. At least the other people I'm chasing are down. So the one who thinks is at the top, I don't need to argue. I just wait for the end of the season.
And of course, our moderator, the Arsenal hater, but Arteta supporter, I'm sure is going to be saying today, I told you so, How are you feeling today, Mr. Shonti?
Yeah, no, I said Jude sentiment, and I want to congratulate Arsenal for being the first team to win the Premier League by November.
Oh, wow.
Because the way people are moving,
wow,
as if they're sharing titles today, right? There's no other team that has ever led by 6 points or even 9 points by November. We've never seen this before. So amazing.
Okay, have you seen them? Have you seen them lead the league by November, and their rivals are losing 3-4 games already?
Five.
Circumstances, no two exact circumstances are exactly the same. I suppose there are some consistent teams, which is a good place for us to start. That Arsenal, I think this version of Arsenal supposedly has learned a lot of lessons because you guys have been here before. You were here last year. You were here the year before that.
We're not here last year. We're not here last year.
You were here last year. Now
we're not here last year. Arsenal did not top the league.
We're not top last year
at any point last season.
No, but you were always
Liverpool
were top in the title challenging situation. You always you've been in and around.
No, we're not there.
You were there now.
Somehow this time feels different, right? Because not only is Gabriel, who is your captain, and from my perspective, like one of the most important players in Arsenal, he's there, and you couldn't really feel the difference, other than nobody was really shouting that much on the pitch. You couldn't really tell that Gabriel was not there. And then star boy Saka isn't really scoring, isn't really doing too much, and you can't really feel it because another star boy is emerging. So I think Dr. Close, just how good does it feel now, to have this kind of squad depth, basically, where some key players can be even Odegaard. The commentator was talking about it. There was one pass that Eze gave to what's his face, Declan Rice at the beginning of the game. That the commentator was like, a chip pass, and the commentator was like, that's what Odegaard would be doing normally. Eze is filling in the shoes so seamlessly. How good does it feel right now to be an Arsenal fan?
Well, it's always felt good to be an Arsenal fan because at the end of the day, this is the place where a lot of fans would like to be in. They'll like to be in the title race conversation. They'll like to be, people like everyone in the media and in the entire Premier League fan base to be bantering them because you're top. People don't hate those that are losing. They only hate on those that are winning. So, it feels good to be here consistently for the last couple of seasons. This will be the 4th season in a row, as you rightly mentioned. Is it going to result in the Premier League? We are hoping. And as I'm going to take the word of Pep Guardiola, he said nobody wins the league in October, November. So the league is not yet won. But it feels nice that people are dropping points at this time. Last season, we're not anywhere top of the league. We're drawing so many games. We had a couple of injuries, and it was over already. But this time, like you said, there is squad death in a sense. But it's the North London derby. Form goes out of the window. Saka hasn't been performing well, but today he performed well. Ebere Cheze has not been performing well. Even he scored against Crystal Palace. He didn't perform well, but today he performed well. You could tell that all of his life he wanted to score in the North London derby, and he got 3 goals. Dream come true for him. Nkapie, senior man, did well. All the Arsenal players, the fans were up for it. So I don't think that the North London derby is one that we can use to judge, but because we've been slapping Tottenham to the Emirates for a very long time. So it's just a routine win, a routine 4-1 win. So I'm happy. It's a good weekend. The good part of the weekend is that the other guys drop points. City drop points.
Right.
Liverpool are officially, I'm sure, out of the title race. They can be going.
There's still Premier League to play now, right? There's still.
I don't know if anyone has lost 5 games at this stage and then went on to win the league. So we'll be looking at Chelsea coming on. They don't want to agree yet, but now they're second. They have to be in the conversation. I'm sure we'll talk about them soon. We'll be looking at Manchester City. We'll look at Aston Villa coming up. And I'm sure, like I said, you guys are doing plus and minus, waiting for us to draw points, because I'm not talking too much. I'll round up on this point. 2 weeks ago, when Arsenal drew to Sunderland, everybody gave Manchester City the title. They're like, Arsenal are already out of it. They're going to bottle it. Now, what are you guys saying today? Question mark.
Yeah, I mean, the Johnny Boy, I guess, sticking with the Arsenal fans. Another way to look at it, which is the perspective that I started to see from, is that this Tottenham team is actually kind of crap. They don't really have, like, their best player is a defender whose major attribute is being able to run from back to front, basically, with the ball. They have one, maybe, solid guy, Paulinho, in midfield.
That even staying, by the way.
Right, he had one move that he turned somebody, but aside from that, there wasn't anything. Kudus is sometimes maybe one day hot, one day cold guy. Richarlison is a waste man. All these like guys, Simon, all these guys look like pipes. So they didn't really have anything to offer Arsenal, if you ask me. Do you think there's anything to that angle, or was it just super Arsenal dominance?
We can't hear you, Johnny Boy.
Well,
no, we can't hear you.
That's how Arsenal will be disconnected from
the title race.
From the title race this season.
They think that they are audible with their performance.
No, you can say Tottenham were not good. You can say that. I agree. But at the same time, they've been good away from home, right? Yeah. Their home form is terrible, but their away form is quite good. You're saying Richarlison is not that is crap, but he scored a goal today. He's still their top goal scorer in the Premier League. He has 5 goals, the same amount of goals that Mbeumo has. And we're saying Mbeumo is better than Saka. We'll have a conversation one day very soon. But so if Richarlison is having the same goals as Mbeumo, you can't just call Richarlison crap. If he is crap, that means Mbeumo is crap too.
Well, you have to look at the situation where both of them are playing for. That's what you have to do.
I'm just saying.
You guys hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you now.
So, like I was saying, 2 statements could be true. Tottenham were not good, and Arsenal were great. But I wouldn't say that. Just like Dr. Toop said, when it comes to the North London derby, form goes out of the way. Tottenham had a very good start coming to this game. When it comes to away games, they were the number 1 team in the league. They had 13 points, most points, and most goals scored as well. So, and remember, Arsenal came to the game with pressure. Man City had lost yesterday, and Liverpool had lost. So the pressure was on Arsenal. Everybody has said that Arsenal has to win this game to put a stamp to show everybody, this league is going to be ours this season. And luckily and happy,
is that what you saw today? Is that what you saw from Arsenal?
That's what I saw. I saw a team that actually wants to win the league this season. I saw a team that wants to win the league, because not only the league that, because usually Arsenal will start slow, games like this will start slow, but from the get-go, from the minute 1 of the game, Arsenal were on it. Eze was on it, Saka was on it, Timber was on it. Like the only player that messed up today was Raya, because at the goal, I don't know what he was doing off his line, but
he's always off his line. No, you have to use Zubimendi. You have to blame Zubimendi. Right, it's always
Yeah,
he
but
always
the
comes
goalkeeper
as
should be.
the
He's too
that's
bored.
all right.
Our goalkeeper is too bored. You know, he doesn't receive shot on target, so he's bored. So you know that it makes sometimes he comes out to be a defender. So, but everybody
I
today
guess
they were the A game, and
Jude,
we came up
the,
tops.
the
Like
angle I
that's what
want
we're going
to
to do. So
the angle I want to explore still with Arsenal is like the tactical side of things, right? Because like one, I think this remaining stuff is a ticking time bomb. Like his defensive awareness, this is not the first, not the second, not the third time. As the league gets tougher, they'll get caught out. It was
Agreed.
also kind of funny seeing Gyökeres on the bench. You know, like
he
what
was
is
on
he
the bench.
thinking? Like
He was injured.
he was on the sideline basically,
Yeah.
like
I was
and
Yeah,
injured.
watching this as their striker, quote unquote. And you know, this to me looked like Arteta's dream team that we saw. Merino, just a very mobile, very fluid attacking system. Eze, Merino, Trossard, all of them interchanging. You know, no, one person is 10 one
4
time, one
goals, all
person
from
on the
open
left.
play. You can't even say set piece today, by the way.
No
Yes.
set piece.
Yes,
That's what I'm
thank
saying.
you.
This is Arteta's dream game. The tactics worked out. All everybody was interchanging. You know, very fluid. Number 10, number 11 striker. I mean, how do you think Arsenal is going to be able to maintain this their fluidity, or like Liverpool, when somebody like Gyökeres comes back, when Odegaard comes back, and they have to now go back to 1+1 = 2, right? Is that where they get found out? Like when
Please put your United hat to the side and be objective. Thank you.
Say the truth. Say the
Well, we
truth
all know
for
that
once.
but we all know that Merino is not going to be a top striker if Gyökeres is fit. And if Gyökeres is fit, it's going to change a bit from what they played today. Although they will still be, I think the addition for me of Eberechi changes a whole lot of dynamic in that Arsenal's attack. That's one add-on that changes the tactics. Zubimendi, you look at him, you might call him a future potential calamity, but I think Arsenal's defensive structure is so good that it's going to block out whatever error that Zubimendi does. So you still have those fast wing backs and two strong center backs that you can't even imagine. I can't imagine any pair in the world right now that beats that Arsenal center back. So the same defensively, even if Zubimendi makes an error, it's going to be
wait,
not
which center back? Saliba and Gabriel that is injured now, or is it Saliba?
they brought the other guy to. He's blocking it now, so it's a good combo.
Invincible Nkapie, invincible
So,
Bayer Leverkusen. Like
the only thing is, it's gonna be tough when they play like all those negative teams that kind of pounce on seats and counter. Like, would they be able to break easily?
Oh, like
Having
United or
No, let's
like
use this
Newcastle,
segue
like
let's use
Fulham,
the
like
segue
Crystal Palace. Which ones?
into Chelsea's Arsenal's next team, Chelsea. Chelsea won comfortably away at Burnley, basically 2-0.
Okay, before you go, Chelsea, you give your own thoughts. Like when you were watching the game, what did you think? You be objective as well.
It's not
Were you
there.
scared?
There's not much to say.
You guys
now.
go to Tottenham. Like you can't just say it's Tottenham.
No, our coach did a tactical error.
That's it. I think from
the same Tottenham that you were telling me was going to beat me yesterday.
Who
said
that
so?
was just joking now. I thought I beat your Emirates.
Jude told me that they were going to beat me.
It's a joke now. It's just a banter joke. We thought I beat you at Emirates.
Nice a joke. Okay.
It's only that dream is only for United and it's only for teams in Manchester that can do it.
No, I wasn't surprised.
I came to Africa. No problem.
I thought they were going to win. It paid me that in my fantasy football I removed Izzy. Just on Friday.
Sad,
because he wasn't scoring. But I still had 2 Arsenal players right in my team, which is and I moved this first player I had to the bench. So that has to tell you that coming into the game, I expected Arsenal to win. I thought Spurs would put up more of a fight. I think we're going to have some very interesting conversations about the managers that people are hyping or have hyped, because Thomas Frank is going to, if he keeps collecting L's, nobody cares about how nice your football was at Brentford. You could easily become Graham Potter, right? This Premier League is very unforgiving. Basically, if Tottenham choose you out and spit you out, then that's the end. So more power to us now. All I'll say is they don't win the league in November. That's the only thing that this thing. So just and also know that like the cup is getting full. It's just feeling more and more. The marks that Arsenal fans are making, the way you guys are moving, just generally in the
Are fans not allowed to celebrate a win anymore?
The fans are allowed to celebrate.
Are they not allowed to celebrate 6 points at the top of the league when your rivals are dropping points?
You can celebrate, but celebrate in on your own, right? Don't make your celebration about somebody else or what somebody else does not.
No, we're making it by ourselves. Please, we made it by
Talk
ourselves.
about ourselves and the people that are pressing calculators.
I can see, we picked up Arsenal right here just now. So I don't know.
Yeah,
the last time we withdrew, everybody was on our neck. So now allow us to celebrate.
No, it's true. Now we have Dr. Toes here because Arsenal won. I'm sure if Arsenal had no win, right? Dr. Toes would have had an appointment.
Yeah, it's possible. Long may it continue. Long may it continue.
And we did 15 minutes now on Arsenal, so I think that shows some respect, for sure. But so Chelsea, right? The so-called or next in line.
No. Sorry. So David says it's Arsenal's title to lose at this point. No, in the words of the Arsenal legend and invincible defender Martin Keown, it's Arsenal's to win because Liverpool are the ones that are the title holders. It's theirs to lose. It's Arsenal's to
Keown
win.
is playing
Thank you
scared.
very much.
He's playing scared like you guys.
No,
are,
it's
right?
facts. How is it ours to lose? It's November.
He's playing scared.
You are not the defenders.
The defenders, those ones, they've already failed, right? They're already out of
which is why it is ours to win.
No,
right? 2 weeks ago, you guys were giving it back to City. The Shark are coming, the Shark is swimming. All of that. So, I beg. This is match with 12. There are 26 more Premier League games to go.
7 points ahead. Yeah, it's just
6 are above Chelsea. We always focus on second. Third can come back again. It's okay. It's okay.
Chelsea won comfortably, right? And to an extent, right? If you spend 1.5 billion on just a coterie of all sorts of players, at least so I didn't even know who scored for Chelsea, but it's one of their many different 50-60 million to Pedro Neto and Enzo Fernandez that's scored. So they won, right? And you can Pogba is not back yet. But you can recycle. If it's not this guy, there's one new guy that's winning now, Estevao,
yeah.
Estevao, I don't know what that one's name is. People have removed Joao Pedro from their team. So I mean, Jude, Chelsea, are they here to stay? Pretenders, contenders, just filling among.
I think this weekend that's coming will show if they are really here to stay. But in my head of it, I know that they are pretenders. That's what I don't see them. I don't even back on them winning the title. Even the second they are on, I just think they are just a placeholder. I'll give them to maybe make top 4, but I really don't see them that far because it's all vibes. Like they played Burnley. And to me, it's just vibes. It's vibes. If you watch the game, there's a beating that they will have to give Burnley. I need to be like convincing that Chelsea is there, and I don't see that with them. Hopefully, I see it in Arsenal. If I see it against Arsenal, then we'll have hope.
Wow,
that's the next game. Now, it's the true test of this thing. Just like Tottenham playing Arsenal and Chelsea is not a true test, or is a true test of how strong the Arsenal team, how strong the Tottenham team is, and they failed woefully on those 2 tests. So I don't expect Tottenham to be that high. Maybe 6, 7, 8 is fine for them. Chelsea maybe 4 or 5th I would give to them, but I don't think they will win the league. That's too. So, but they are still in the title race, anyways.
Yeah,
I don't see them doing it.
So the thing about Chelsea, right? So I'm looking at the lineup. There was the lap. Who remembers the lap that they stole from us? Gittins, 150 million or so non-player character they got from Ajax. Joao Pedro, 60 million also. Pedro Neto, another 50 or 60 million. Andre Santos, I don't even know who that one is or where they got that one from.
It was like
Fernandez.
30 million.
Caicedo is on the bench. Where they are weak, right, is in center defense. Chalobah, Tosin, I think, are shaky.
Yeah.
But James and James and Cucurella basically on either side are solid options, for any team, or any club to have. So it's interesting to see how it plays out for Chelsea. And I don't want to spend too much time with them, since I guess the consensus would be that they're just they are feeling among, they're running on vibes.
No, it's not consensus. They are in the title race. They are dark
You can't force
horses.
it down.
No, I'm not forcing it. I'm not forcing it. I'm not forcing it. They are slowly creeping up.
Are you scared of Chelsea? Are you scared of Chelsea?
I'm not scared. I'm not scared of Chelsea.
Right?
No. I'm not scared of Chelsea, but it doesn't mean that they can't gather the points. You understand? Like they have
points to be in and around.
Who among the top 4 teams can they beat? Do you think they will beat confidently?
That's the thing. We can't say they'll beat confidently because of the kind of squad that they have. But they've been nicking points here and there, like in games.
But they're against smaller teams, and the other teams are losing points. That's why Chelsea is there.
Yes. So exactly, which people are going to be the top of the table at the end of the season? They are the ones that are consistently getting the points. So City is not consistent at this point in time. Liverpool are not consistent at this point in time. Aston Villa are not consistent, so they are getting closer. So they will be there or thereabouts at the end of the day. So yes, I'm worried about them.
If Chelsea ends the season 15 points behind or 20 points behind, a second 20 points behind Arsenal, right? So start 2 winners. That means that's the season where Arsenal ran away with it and Chelsea were the best of the rest. So it depends on how the season goes for everybody, right? If we end up with
kind of similar to like last season, Arsenal were like, well, lots of points, like 11, how many points behind Liverpool last season? It's kind of similar. It still
wasn't the best of the rest. No,
it was best of the rest. It was best of the rest last season. Yes, you can check.
No,
there was a big gap. There was a big gap at the end of the end of the season.
At the end of last season,
wasn't that too much? I think
it was 10 points.
That 10.
Exactly. 10. It was a big point
gap.
That
10 points or something.
Stop giving Chelsea excuses. I don't like when you guys do that.
They have a good squad. They have a good manager. They are playing very well at this point in time. Surely we don't know the future.
Their squad is good, but it's not title winning good, right? It's an average squad.
You don't have a good.
Who made them get the squad? They chose that.
We said, are they going to contend?
They chose the squad.
They are contending right now.
But they will contend now. We couldn't contenders, but
tougher people are contenders.
I'm looking at them more as a pretender than a contender.
Yeah, so that's it, right? So let's go to another team that
they want to sneak and enter.
Another team that's supposed to be contending.
Yeah.
Yes. Another team that's supposed to be contending. That's Man City, right? I don't know. Pep thought he was playing some kind of superior mind games by talking about how actually the league is really starting now. Because now there's no more international breaks from here on till March. That the season starts now. After saying all of that, he now went and lost to Newcastle. But even this Newcastle, these guys are fucking aggressive, right? I don't even understand what kind of team they are. One day they look like they can beat anybody in the world. Mm-hmm. The next day they are losing to Fulham, right? Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, now that we have you, we can hear you. I mean, what's your take on both City, and is it just simply like City came back from international break and said they're not sharp enough? Or is it like the more fundamental problem that City that will make them not be able to contend? And then on the flip side, Newcastle, what kind of team are they?
I think what we are seeing with Man City, I think everybody has been saying that is that when Haaland doesn't score, check it, most of the games with last season, Haaland didn't score. So now the problem for City is how do we win games without Haaland? Let's see if we can win games without Haaland performing or scoring, because when he doesn't score, they seem to not win games. So that's one conundrum they're facing right now, and it's showing so far. And then Newcastle, people always underrate Newcastle because Arsenal won them and I think Liverpool won them. But Newcastle against the big teams, especially at home at St. James's Park, they always rise up to the occasion. And even this is when we beat them literally with the last kick of the game. The same with Liverpool. It was literally the last kick of the game. So Newcastle is really a tough ground. And City have not won them for the past 3 years or so. So I always knew it was going to be a difficult game. And I think Pep knew as well it was going to be a difficult game as well. But Newcastle being Newcastle, and I knew they were going to step up to the plate. So I'm happy they did. The problem with Newcastle now is finding consistency. Like you said, 1 week they're playing like a prime Barcelona. 1 week they're playing like a very useless porous team. So Newcastle's problem right now, I think it's how to leave themselves up for like these smaller games. the big games, they don't have problems with that one. But lifting up themselves for like against the Fulhams, the Burnleys, the Leeds, that's where their problem is going to be. But I still expect them. I put them in my top 5, I think. So I still expect them to pick up. Yeah, I still expect them to pick
right
up.
Now, that they will have to really pick up, because right now they're in the bottom half of the.
Yeah, but they have 15 points though. They have 15 points.
Yeah, they have 15 points. They
I
are
think
3
these
points
guys
behind us. And they played more games. I mean, Jude, how did you see that Newcastle versus City game? Newcastle looked very aggressive, very on top of things. City huffed and puffed, but they just couldn't come through.
The enemy of my enemy is a partial friend. So yesterday they were a friend in disguise, helping me to hunt some guys down. So I just think I think that ground is a tough place to play. And mostly, I think this season they mostly grab their points from that ground. So most of their bad form is from away fixtures, which Eddie Howe probably has not figured out how to sort playing at an opponent's stadium and getting the win. But City, for me, from the beginning, City had chances to kill the game, and they kind of messed up their chances. And before you know, that atmosphere is just crazy. I don't know why. It felt like I was even in the pitch, like feeling Newcastle fans.
And sorry, just to say something. You guys know that Newcastle only stadium. I know that they have. When they hang up their away fans, they put them right at the top. I don't know if you guys noticed that. So your away fans don't even have noise. So basically, you guys are just shouting for yourselves. So it's crazy.
That thing gave them more ginger. They took over the game and pressed on like City. Even when City equalized, you could see like there's that chance of more. Like I felt, City equalized, City could come back. And then after a few minutes, you see them still resurging, fighting, and doing more. And at that point, it felt like City was more shaky in that midfield and defense. They were shaky a bit, but Newcastle couldn't capitalize and kill them more. That's what I just felt. But for me, I just feel like if they can create the same momentum and go away with those vibes, they should be able to win some games with that ginger. That's what I just feel for them.
There seems to be a bit of a controversy, and the tools. I'll come to you on this one. I'm gonna share my screen, and let's react to a challenge on Foden basically, and Pep's complaint. Let me know whether you think this was a penalty, and if it should have been given.
Desperate challenge from Fabian Schär. Doku has made a big difference drifting in from that wing, and his passing's been excellent. VAR might have something positive to look at here.
I mean, I think I caught a good angle.
Yeah, you did.
I think I caught a very good angle on that pause. But that looks like a slam dunk penalty to me.
Yeah, well, it should
wasn't
be a penalty.
And Pep was very upset. Does he protest too much, or do you understand why Pep will be angry at the outcome?
No, obviously it's understandable, but at the end of the day, it's the Premier League. We've seen this kind of decisions not given many times, and the ones that are supposed to be given. And also depends on the minute of the game where it happened. I'm sure it was like early in the game as well. And usually in big games, the refs are always scared to give a penalty or a yellow card or whatever. To me, it's good because according to all this online statisticals, they know that in any season that Pep is going for the title, like the ref always seems to favor them. So I'm happy he didn't get this one, both for selfish reasons, obviously, and for the fact that So let's leave that away. He can cry all he wants. He had enough chances to win the game at the end of the day, but they did not. City is becoming Haaland FC or nothing. If Haaland is not performing, they are not performing. So they need to sort themselves out. And at the beginning of this session, this section, you were like, Pep said the league starts now because there is lots of games. The next international break is a match. I agree with him because it's a game every 3 days. So people are going to draw points. Now we're going to see squads. Let's say the strength of your squad. So if Haaland is not performing and Mamouche is not performing and Czech is not performing, happy days for Arsenal fans. And maybe it's time for Pep to leave at the end of the season. But for now, long may it continue. I'm happy that Newcastle got the points. Newcastle are like a bully, what should I say, a wounded tiger, right? When they're playing big teams, they seem to just come out and fight Gidigbo. It's like we're not going to lose to any big team. But if it's a smaller team, they rest on their laurels and then they lose. So, yeah, that's it for Newcastle.
Guimaraes and the other guy, what's his name?
Yeah,
I don't know why.
They'll probably lose the next game.
I don't know why. When you look at that, like it was so quick, that penalty call. When you look at that, it seemed like as if that guy stretched his leg after, like it was quick. So it's more like Foden kicked the ball, and the moment this guy was supposed to stamp on him, Foden took out his leg.
Bro, you see penalty, all this one. You're just trying to
I said people counting intent because I don't feel like there was a physical touch.
Brother, there's no intent in penalty. You caught the man. You caught the man.
Red card.
You caught the man. You caught the man.
I mean, it's obvious that Vieira was never going to intervene. I think they stood if the referee had given us a penalty, I don't think they would have overturned it, because this is kind of decision whereby Vieira doesn't really change what the referee has given. Because remember, Foden had already shot the ball. Yes, there was contact, but the contact was after the ball had been played. So he already missed the chance. So I can understand why the referee didn't give it. I believe if the case were reversed, he would have given it.
Speaking of missed chances and people who have to do some soul searching, and it's not and it's not is moving like an anagram, or what do you call it, anagram of his name. He's moving lost. If you rearrange slots, you can
that's a good one.
You can find lost. The guy is lost. He's confused. And he's sounding like Ten Hag more and more in his press conferences.
He's a Dutchman like Ten Hag.
Let's compare. You know what? I like that. Let's compare the anagram near lost. Let's leave it like that.
No, near lost. No, yes, is near lost. He's still wondering. He's almost at the cliff, basically, because he's on sack watch for sure. Now, yeah, Liverpool are moving crazy, right? So there's one story of Liverpool. There's another story of Sean Dyche, right? Who collected a W. I think they beat us. No, it was a draw. But I think in his start to Forest, he seemed a bit comfortable or confident. Maybe it's because the Forest team is actually a good team on paper. But I mean, dude, pick on either one, right? Even though I think the Liverpool story is more interesting. But just on the same pitch, Isak, Ekitike, Florian Wirtz, Salah, what's this guy's name? Grafenberg, McAllister, Van Dijk, like in one team, Alisson, you understand? And they chopped 3-0. Like it wasn't even it was not like a this. They were resoundingly beaten. What are we to make of what's happening to Liverpool right now?
Slot has lost it. That's what he bought players that he couldn't use. It just shows. I saw something. They said, Slot used Klopp's team to win the league, and then he decided to buy his own team, and he's showing his true self. So for me, I just feel like it has passed going back to drawing board and draw anything. You can't draw anything at this point. Because the problem is Ekitike played for, I think, Holland, right? And then Netherlands, and then he scored, right? Coming back from the break, he benches Ekitike. Like, you need to find a way. If Salah is not balling, let him take the bench. Let him take it and sit down. You can't be expecting miracle and still be conceding goals. Like, build a team around.
Salah is a senior man.
He's a senior man. He can bring up the unexpected, but there are games that you know that it's not working. You have to like take that risk and know what's going to happen. I just feel like he's just in a very, very serious corner, and he needs to figure out his books before the end of the year. Otherwise, it will be a difficult period from January for him. He will just be on the hot seat.
Are you saying it's really as simple as everybody thinks it is, in the sense that bench Salah, right? Just finish that straightforward. Just bench Salah, bench Isak, play Kitiki, and that's it.
I don't think you should bench Isak. I think it's just like yesterday when I was watching the Newcastle game. I feel like if Isak was there, they would have scored more goals. So I feel like Isak should be up to speed now on the game time. They just need to, although their defense is sulking, that's one place that they need to actually fix. But there are games where it doesn't revolve well through Salah. You need to make that choice of who to play, how to blend them, that forward. And you have to make that decision so quick for it to click. I think Isak will pick up. They just need to give him more playing time and try to work him with somebody. Salah is most likely a partially stingy player. And at this point, they need to play like a team. That's what they are mostly lacking. That's what
I think their problems are structural, like, and because let me know what you think about this, because you guys have a similar problem, but in the sense that like your midfield, Zubimendi defensively suspects. What they can rise is like 3 people in one, and then your manager plays a midfielder as a striker, so he's actually a midfielder, and Timber is always inverting to the midfield. So there are ways to cover it. But this Liverpool setup with Gravenberch and McAllister and Van Dijk and Konate, there's something is not connecting. There's spaces that are being found out. It's open. So if you even put Salah aside, how do Liverpool even address their midfield, or is there even a midfield problem, I guess, or defensive one?
No, for me, I don't think there's really a midfield problem. I think they just need to adapt. The manager need to know, work on his defensive side. Maybe they don't have any defensive coaches. They need to work on the defense. I don't know. I'm just saying, because the way they're playing, the defense is all over the place. And I think because the midfield don't have confidence in the defense, they are also all over the place. But I think for me, it's a situation whereby they just have to keep playing, and they'll get that, that connection. Because I remember at this time last season, Man City they lost 13 games in a row, or they didn't have a win in one win in 13. That's it, one win in 13. So at the end of this rough patch, they might still be able to get a third, because City got third at the end of the season. So for me, it's a case of just keep playing your system, let the players get used to the system, because they're going to revolt. I also think that some of this is also revolting. Like Van Dijk want to run back as he used to track back again. What's it called? McAllister is not playing the way he was playing last season, because it's not the slot system, club system. So maybe they are kind of indirectly revolting. Just stick to it. Let the players understand that this is how we are going to be playing, whether you like it or not. And at some point, ego will kick in. Salah will say, you know what, I am getting golden boot for the last couple of seasons. So I need to bang a lot of goals. I need to score at least 15 goals. Van Dijk will say, I want to leave Liverpool on a high. Let's go for a Champions League or something. Like they will need to click at some point. So let them keep losing games. Good for Arsenal, and they'll click at some point. Thank you very much.
I think this football is just such an unforgiving sport, right? I mean, Johnny Boy, because the narrative can quickly change. Like people will forget. I never believed in slots in the first place, but it's the way the narrative is changing, and once it solidifies, it's there forever, right? So Slot can go from a genius, and he is going from a genius last season that was a miracle, just able to win the league in his first year, to maybe this guy is actually a fraud. And the loudest voices calling him a fraud are Liverpool fans. So I mean, I don't see many more 3-0 losses in his future, being able to survive.
There's still Champions League, there's still FA Cup, that's something.
No, but the else compound. I don't know, Johnny Boy. Do you think Slot comes out of this? Still the Liverpool manager, or is the ship just going to keep crashing?
The truth about it is that Slot is under very, very immense pressure right now. In fact, I saw a rumor yesterday or this morning that he has until January to improve. If not, he's going to be sacked.
Shit.
And unfortunately for him too, there's a cloud hanging around him, which is the Jurgen Klopp cloud. Because Liverpool fans, whether you like it or not, they still love Klopp. So if by chance there's any rumor or inkling that Klopp will easily return back to Liverpool, which he has not denied, I don't think
Exactly.
Liverpool fans will be sad for Slots to leave and Klopp comes back. We also thank you for the Premier League you won us, but Klopp is and he's going to be back in the seat. As for Slot, I think Slot is going through what manager. You have a winning squad. I think you have to improve your squad, which is fine. But then you over improve it. That's what he did. He over improved this team. The moment they bought Ekitike, there was no point of going back for Isak. I said that there was no point. I think it was just them being greedy at that point because now you're giving yourself more headache than not. Now I'm hearing rumors that they want to go and buy a winger again in January. So what I basically saying.
No, but don't they need a winger for?
That's what I'm saying. So rather than spend
someone to play on the right.
That's my point. So rather than spending that money on Isaac, they should have spent the money on the winger because they lost Diaz.
Or play Isak
like,
on the right and Ekitike as a striker. There are different ways to go around it.
Isak,
to me, the moment you bought
Newcastle, he can play all
the moment
in the front.
the moment you bought Ekitike, Isaac should never have been your priority signing no more. He should have been a defender and a wide man. But they chose to be greedy and he's paying the price because now he's confused because the Isaac is bringing into the team. Isaac is off form, like it's obvious. Liverpool are literally playing minus. They are literally playing the man down. Anytime Isaac.
We can't hear you.
No, I agree with the Isaac, problems that they have. How are they going to solve it?
Something they can do, they can just come out like Liverpool owners and just extend this contract. Maybe like Amorim, things will change.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. That's the way of doing my
either going or the manager or we play for the manager. He will pass that message and everybody will wake up.
No, but the good thing about
but we have seen it that.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
They haven't spent.
They bought wing backs to new wing backs, right? So it will take time for them to adapt.
Is this same Liverpool that beat Real Madrid not long ago? Like there's something there.
Madrid, Alonso too is also on sacrilege.
There's something there.
This one is different.
So
Madrid is not this thing. But I think this is a good segue to speaking of people that are confused or that are greedy or that don't have their shit together. Let's talk about the Nigerian national team. Basically, and the complete and utter disgrace, that we're being faced. I mean, I wasn't interested in our qualification path until this last game against Congo, where it seemed like maybe we might finally go to the World Cup, right? Because I think it's just so funny that like young Nigerians don't really understand what it's like for everywhere in the whole country to be silent because people are watching match. Right, like they don't appreciate that, like that vibe of like, oh, Nigeria is playing in a tournament that means something, basically. And so like it's so disappointing on many different levels, right? On the football level, and then on like the social level, based on the fact that we saw videos from people like Iwobi or the captain of the kind of hotel that they were staying in. And the complaints and the fact that before the match against Congo, there was maybe they shouldn't play because they haven't paid them money or paid them their salary. So, I mean, did we even deserve to go to the World Cup anyway, right? Are we a serious team? Maybe they would have used Trump to deport us or they would have deported some people. So it could have been an embarrassing spectacle. But I mean, the Nigeria, no Osimhen, no party, right? It looked like maybe there will be something. Once Osimhen left, that was the end of the story.
That was the end, though. Like for me, it's embarrassing on the one hand that Nigeria's not going to the World Cup because obviously because of all the superstars they have globally, you think that they will be one of the better teams in
Which
African football.
superstars?
You think
Which
they
superstar?
On serious
Look,
ones,
man.
Lookman,
they are not seeing
Osimhen.
game time.
That's where you have to be fair, Sha. Maybe it will be. That's it. But yeah, you would think that obviously in terms of like African squad, right? Like Nigeria will have the better ones on the African, apart from Ivory Coast, maybe, and
Senegal,
What do
Senegal.
you mean?
Ivory Coast, Senegal. It will be Nigeria
Morocco.
next.
Cameroon,
Morocco.
Morocco, Algeria,
Cameroon, which Cameroon?
even the Congo that beat
Cameroon
us.
has that. It's just that
Well, because
That's
we
fair.
of your guy Wan-Bissaka, you're trying to say Congo. Anyways, let's leave that to the side.
No, we have Bola now, Olai now, the likes, but where was Olai now?
Yeah, they are not. They're like the problem with Nigeria is the same problem that Liverpool has. There's no cohesion in the starting 11. People that are meant to be dropped are not dropped. Like Ndidi Wise and Ndidi still playing in 2025, right? Why is Wabali still our goalkeeper in 2025? Why is Moses Simon still coming around? What is Frank Oyeka? What's his contribution to the team? Like there's just so many things wrong with the Super Eagles squad, but. It's sad they're not going to go to the World Cup. I'm happy because we won't have passed the group stage. So, that's already a heartache. They better be serious and win the AFCON. Let us be local champions there. That's all I can say, but it's terrible. But yeah, nothing to say.
I mean, judging by from my perspective, like the way I see football, anything can happen, right? And it's also the way I think we played football like back in the day. Anything can happen, right? So just get us to the group stage of the World Cup. It doesn't matter that we deserve to be there or that we don't deserve to be there. Once the referee blow whistle like this and they kick the ball, anything can happen.
Messi
With,
will
with,
get
with,
out.
with, Calvin, with Calvin Bassey as our defender.
Morocco
But he
is a
was the
perfect
best guy
example.
on
That's
that
what
day.
happened.
I would rather us be
Nobody
there.
expected Morocco. Nobody
I'd
expected
rather
Morocco
us
to
be
be
there
semi-finals.
than to be not there. So I mean, anyway, when you come down on the this team is not good enough, let them not go and disgrace us versus what I'm saying that like let's just go any which way now way, even if we're there, as long as we're there.
I'm very sad that Nigeria didn't go to the World Cup. That's for sure. Very, very sad. I mean, we all sat here. I think it was last episode we did that. We're like hoping and praying that, saying that a World Cup without Nigeria in it is going to be
Just
boring
like David.
because not only we know that Nigerians, at least we bring, if we're not too good on the field, we bring the excitement off the field with our jerseys, our party. Like, it's
can
not
still have the
America
jersey
again. So
regardless for AFCON.
Bro,
what
in
other
America
incentive?
again.
What other incentive did you need? Because Nigerians are a lot in America, so we're going to have the fans in the stadium for sure. That was going to be sure. So
2030,
I'm very disappointed. And not only, and for the fact again that it's 48 teams, I was expecting that it was a shoe-on that we're going to be at the World Cup. Remember, it increased from 32 to 48, and they gave Africa extra 5 teams. So are you telling me Nigeria cannot make it out of the 10? And we're supposed to be, I think we're number 5 in Africa in FIFA ranking. So it's very, very sad.
Did they have the Congo?
And when you look at the fact, exactly. And when you look at the fact that Haiti is going to the World Cup for the first time, Uzbekistan is going, even Norway for the first time in how long? Norway is going to the World Cup.
Yeah.
Even Scotland literally
they have Ireland. Scotland too.
But still.
Finidi George.
But I'm looking at the group. I'm looking at group wise. Like the group, they were not the favorites to qualify from their group. They were not the favorites to qualify from their group. Norway, when it started, it was Italy. Same with Scotland, it was Denmark. So they rose above the obstacle and they were able to qualify. But Nigeria, for some reason, and like you said, without Osimhen. But the truth about it, and I always say that if you don't qualify for the World Cup, you don't deserve to be at the World Cup. It's just the plain fact, because it's not as if they select the teams to go to the World Cup. You actually play. You actually play to get into the World Cup. So if you don't go to the World Cup, that means you're not good enough. It's as plain as that. So Nigeria we're not good. We're not good enough.
Not like they knocked you out. It was a penalty.
It's sad. It's sad, but like it's the truth.
I was content for us to follow the background to get there, right?
Which we all good to, which we all wanted to do, but our players, they are players on NFA rather. Yeah.
Let's do some minutes on the NFF aspect of everything, right, Jude? And I mean, I was in the UK last month or so. And it's the same thing here in America, right? It's the same thing. Japan, people talk about how, I don't know if you know this anime, Blue Lock. But it's like a running gag that, like, in Japan, they are cooking up some super fantastic young footballers, basically, because they are training them. And you see all these countries where they're dedicated to from primary 5, from age 5 and
Yes.
6, you have this thing, right? So it doesn't cost too much for every little local community. All you need to do is cut grass, and maintain the grass, and put a fence, and put posts, and put nets, and have balls there. It doesn't cost much to do that, but people have to be inclined to do that kind of thing. What is really the problem in Nigeria Football Association? That like, they're just destroying the hearts and dreams and the hopes of so many people, and like a whole generation of Nigerians
Over
who
200
just
million
don't
people.
have, like, who like, especially the younger generations who don't have that experience that we had, right? Of, like, whether it was Olympics or World Cup or whatever. We had it when Nigeria beat Brazil. Like, it was a thing that you could fathom in your mind, right, when we're younger. But, like, now these guys can't even picture the Nigerian team going up against anybody that is meaningful.
For me, I think the problem is the same thing we had in major leadership of the country as a whole, is lacking visionary leaders. Nigeria won the Olympics in 1996. We probably won AFCON. It's one of the sports that almost 70% of or 80% of the men are engaged in, either directly playing locally or for recreation or just watching. It's something that you look and see and you say, oh, we could have actually developed this beyond just that, the Nigerian Premier League. Like, you have local roots youth football that are more developed and other stuff, and it helps in bringing up like home-based players. Look at South Africa, look at their league, right? Their league is way better than Nigerian league. Look at Morocco, they develop their football to the point that their men and women are doing so well.
Funny enough,
Nigerian women are doing well now.
Nigerian women are doing well, but
funny enough,
no
dude, this thing
we just naturally
funny enough,
have
this thing
talent
you just said now. This thing you
over,
said now.
over
They did a start. Sorry to cut you off. They did a start, and the top 5 leagues in Africa, all of them are in the World Cup. Like, the top 5, which is Morocco, South Africa, Egypt, Algeria, and I think Tunisia, they're all in the World Cup, and it's true. So you have a point there. Look, our local league needs to be improved very, very. That's
doing well in CAF Champions League.
Yeah,
that tells you where our problem is. We had the days of Enyimba.
back to back.
No improvement. What
Your coach, Finidi George, was he coaching Nigerian league now?
Funny enough, his team is in Champions League. His team is in Champions League right now. United.
The problem with
but Finidi George, ego is not costly.
What is like, England wants to win. They went to hire Thomas Tuchel, which is good he's a good competitive coach when it comes to competition and other stuff. He will get you there. I see England as like one of the top contenders of this World Cup. He knows how to deliver in those short-term span and stuff. I feel like, why don't you have, even if we don't have the visionary or whatever, or we don't have the structure, why don't you find a coach that can at least deliver us that World Cup qualification?
We had to deal with that.
We had
pay them.
Everybody knows
people
that
on a normal day, Nigeria is supposed to be giving 4-1, and we are drawing to them, losing to them. Like,
the Nigerian FF, the NFF has been credibly accused in writing by foreign coaches of trying to, tell them that the condition for this job is that the salary we are paying is exactly what the shares. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's just a thing that people know and nobody.
It's out of the vision issue and corruption. All they are thinking of is how to chop money, and when Nigerians complain, give them that vibe that will carry on, and then
bring in cement to score 4 goals.
And there's no accountability.
No,
that's
it's
another problem.
They did not play enough. They are blaming Gabon that they use jazz. Don't we have Jasmine in Nigeria? Why is it jazz?
I don't know why we don't bring our own jazz.
Why would you tell
Exactly.
me out of 200
They
million
didn't
people
they
in
didn't bring
Nigeria,
Mali and
out of
Nigeria to
200 million
combine.
people, we cannot find midfielders that can replace that rubbish that is in the midfield.
True, that is
people
very
are in our
sad, man.
midfield. Our midfield is so old
Oh.
and so slow that
Very immobile, very immobile.
there's
midfield.
nothing that I'm pitying us, because if we carry the same team to Nations Cup, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah,
It's going
I
to be
feel like the whole
difficult.
team. I didn't recognize any of these guys aside
It's going
from
to be
like
difficult.
Lukman, Chukwueze, Osimhen, and Iwobi are the only people that I rate in the team. The rest,
Olaina, yeah, Olaina.
but he's never fit, right? He's not fit, he's not available. But I guess let's segue to the last game, round of the last game of the Premier League weekend. Speaking of midfielders that are old, Manchester United is coming up against Everton. This weekend. I think United is at home. If I remember correctly, we're home to Everton on Monday. I mean, Jude, we've seen all sorts happen this weekend. People drop points that we don't think would drop points. People won comfortably; they're expected to win. The only surprise was maybe Forest against Liverpool. Nobody has any idea what to expect or predict.
No, we know what to expect. Everton is winning.
I think the Spurs game was supposed to be the game where we took that next step to the next level, right? And for 70 minutes or so in that game, it seemed like we were about to pull it off. But then we had I don't know 5 minutes of madness, and for the last 2 games or so, it seems like we've been able to just pull out a magic trick and equalize. I don't know how long that magic will last. That last minute equalizer magic. So hopefully we don't need it against Everton. But I guess. Yeah, and Sesco is injured. I think Cunha is also injured now as well. So I guess we're going to see Mason Mount, and I wonder if
you guys have this Dutch guy now. You have a Dutch guy there.
Yeah, Xerxes. I wonder if this means we're finally going to see just for Xerxes play. So I mean, Everton are a regular customer. They are a regular customer. Even in Amorim's worst period, right? That was the one game that he saw. I saw some relief from.
It was not David Moyes.
There's Jack Grealish. There's Jack Grealish
now.
There's
Jack Grealish now. So I mean, Jude, what do you think about this game on Monday? All eyes on Amorim.
Hopefully we can close the point. That's my own. We should just win. That's what I just want. I don't have any thinking. The problem is, are they going to score us first, or are we going to score first? And then would there be an equalizer? It's like
Mbuemo FC now. Trust Mbuemo.
Mbuemo discussion. So it's Old Trafford, but nowadays it's not a fortress for me to be scared. So I just feel like I think Man U will win. I want to hang on. Man U will win.
You think you're not sure?
I give Man U that way. I see it's after the break. I don't know who's going to turn up after the break. They probably will forget themselves and then pick up the second half. So if we can get for the past few games, we'll be scoring early. If we can maintain that consistency in scoring early, we'll probably grab the win. That's what I think. I think it's going to be like a 2-0 or 3-1 victory.
Wow, super confident.
Okay. I mean,
what's your prediction? You share the same sentiment.
Me?
Yeah.
I think we're going to win now. I think we're going to win. I think we're going to win.
2-1 or 3-0, like Jude is saying.
I don't know about 3-0.
Actually,
that's what I'm saying. Like this is another team, right? I think there's something to be said about the fact that you come back from international break. I don't really like us after international breaks. I don't think we do well after international breaks. But usually that's because the game before the break we overperformed, and then there was a drop. So considering the fact that the game against Tottenham before the break we didn't do too well, so maybe that drop off would have happened. So I don't know honestly, but I think we're going to win. I think we're going to win comfortably. And even if not 3-0, I think a 2-0 or 2-1 United win.
I just want them to play good football and give me that That joy, that ecstasy to look forward to the next weekend. They should not come and kill my mother on the Monday.
No, it's a valid point, honestly, because start of the week.
I expect Everton to give you guys tough time.
Yeah.
I want it to be like a Sunderland
like
game.
Yeah,
Against Sunderland. That's what I'm expecting it. I'm expecting it to be like a Sunderland game. The Manchester
Sunderland that we beat Sunderland.
That's what I'm saying. Like we beat them comfortably. We played them and beat them. That's what I expect it to be.
I hope so too, for your sake.
Not for me. I mean, Dr. Tools.
I see a 1-1. I see a 1-1.
Please see it for Nigeria, for Congo and Uzbekistan. For Nigeria.
No. I think you guys. The onus is on you guys to win. You're at home. You have better players, a better squad, a better manager. So surely you guys should be doing the business. Yeah,
5 games unbeaten. Five games unbeaten. So
exactly. That's it. Make it 6. But I just know that you guys might struggle. You struggled against Nottingham Forest, and Moyes plays similar style to Nottingham Forest. You know, they're going to give you guys the possession. Can you still hear me? Okay, yeah, you can see.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Now I'm saying that they'll give you guys the possession, and then try to hit you on the break. That's typical David Moyes. So if your Maziraoui or Euros are snoozing, that will be the end for you guys. If you go and play Maguire and play high line, good luck to you guys, because you have Jack Grealish, as Jenny Boy said. But it's going to be an interesting game, and we'll see how it goes. I'll be looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, okay. I think we covered a full, spectrum of topics. I think the season is in full swing now. Now that there's no international break till March, so I think we're in a position where at the end of this stretch of games, the season and the table will have really cemented basically, and we'll know whether people who were on top in November are still on top.
It's a busy week for us now, by the way.
So by time Champions League starts, other competitions starts, maybe more injuries happen.
The Champions League has started. You guys are not in it, so you don't know how these things are working.
Don't know.
Carabao Cup is also like quarterfinal by now. You hope you know. Yeah. It's only FA Cup that is about to start.
Grimsby have been knocked out already. Just so you know. I think Grimsby is true. I think Grimsby has been knocked out.
Yeah.
So by the end of this stretch, basically, some people should have won trophy. If trophies in their destiny.
They should take the Carabao Cup.
Everything ends this year. I've told you, everything ends this year. This is everything ends.
Are you sure?
Very sure.
Please, you guys. Thank you guys for watching so far. Please press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel or yet to do so, and please join us tomorrow as well. Me and Johnny Boy on Gunners chat room. Let's dissect the game.
Winners at top of the table.
Let's talk about Bayern Munich as well and Chelsea at the weekend. So please join us at that time.
We don't talk sevens. We don't talk sevens there.
If you guys want Manchester United to win, please press the like button. Let's do it for the culture. Manchester United to win. Press the like button. Thank you very much. And we'll catch you same time next week, people.
I'm already in.
Peace, guys.
I didn't know it was out before.